Hey y'all, it's Brian with Be Little Fishing here. Going to do some tackle organizing. I talked about this in a video a few days ago. When I was at Dick's Sporting Goods, I bought one of the new Plano Edge tackle boxes. This is the 3600 model. I'm going to be using this for my terminal tackle. Today I have all of it kind of jammed together in one small lure lock box. This guy here. I'm sure this has, certain applications that make sense. For myself, whenever I'm using it for terminal tackle, a lot of hooks and stuff kind of get stuck down there and you end up peeling them off, and it's just kind of a pain in the neck. So I'm going to transfer these into the new Plano Edge box. One thing I can't fit in my terminal box today is my wacky rig tool and extra rings. I think I'm going to be able to get these into this box so I can have everything all in one place, which I think is going to help me out, so I'm not digging in separate places in my tackle bag for that whenever I'm out in the water. One thing that's super important whenever you are doing a project like this is making sure you're hydrated and well fed. So Oreos, double stuffed, golden and regular for Oreo connoisseurs, and iced coffee at 9:30 at night. When else would you drink iced coffee? All right, let's go. All right, so we've got all the tackle sorted out here on the table. I'm gonna get this all separated into the Plano box now and see if we can make it all fit. All right, so that only took about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes total, 15 minutes max. And I think I've got it all sorted out the way I'll be using the box of terminal tackle. Everybody's going to look different. Mileage may vary depending on what you're fishing, where you're fishing, and the types of baits you're fishing. Give you a quick look at what I've got here in this box. Start down here. I've got wacky rig hooks and small hooks for like little crappie nibbles and stuff for pan fishing. Weedless wacky rig hooks here, wacky rig tool and O-rings. Always keep a couple of treble hooks in here in case the boys decide they want to try to snag some catfish or carp or something. We've got those in here that we can put some bread or bait balls or something on. I'm going to use this compartment as a combo. I don't do a lot of drop shot fishing, but I do have a couple of drop shot weights in here, and then I'm going to keep just a few split shots against for whenever we're pan fishing. Those will come in handy. I think I've rigged up a Nico rig once or twice. I've got some nail weights in here that I can do that with. I've got an assortment of just little bullet weights in here in your standard, and then some green pumpkin colored ones. Because I'm mostly fishing in ponds right now, I don't use a lot of weights because they're fairly shallow, so I can just, count to 5. I know my worm's at the bottom, and I don't need to get a lot of depth. So I'm fishing mostly weightless plastics whenever I'm out on the water. I've got my extra wide gap hooks here, worm hooks. Got my smaller hooks here. I think these are a 2 or 3/0. I'm not dialed in on the different aught sizes. I just know I keep 2 sizes, and I want the smaller one or the bigger one, depending on what kind of fish I'm fishing for. If it's a smaller bass pond or a larger bass pond. So we've got the my larger EWGs in this bin here. I've got swim bait hooks, just regular swim bait hooks here, not weighted. I've got some 1/8 ounce weighted swim bait hooks in this compartment here. I've got the underspin twin bait hooks here. I haven't fished a Tokyo rig yet. I was watching a video that Jacob Wheeler had, and he was showing the advantages of fishing a Tokyo rig when you got all that just junk on the bottom. You don't want your worm laying down in it, going all the way down. So you'll get that, when you rig it up, just in case you're not familiar with the Tokyo rig, you've got a swivel and a split ring. So you tie onto the swivel. On this end, you slide. You can get a cylinder weight, or you can just use a bullet worm weight and slide it over here. Use your pliers and just turn up the end. That way you've got a weight down here. So this is what's hitting the bottom. You've got your plastic here, so it's suspended up here. So you've got, about 1.5 inches to 2 inches off the bottom. So you're not necessarily catching all the junk. And then you can drag it. And for those fish that are suspended right above the bottom, that's going to be right in their face. So could be pretty deadly. Again, I haven't tried it yet. I just haven't for no particular reason. But the next, we've got the 7 ponds in 7 days tour going on right now. So the next 6 days, I'll get the Tokyo rig out one time and try it and see how it goes. I've got little jig heads here. This is mostly for really small bass fishing or pan fishing and jigging. Got some Ned rig heads here. And then I've got some smaller, just weighted plastics hooks here. So little bitty guys. This is like, I think maybe a 2/0, could be a 1/0 weighted head to do like a shaky head worm. Got the little football head. Hooks in a couple different sizes here. Like a 4/0 and 3/0. That's what I keep for terminal tackle. And this gets me through 99% of the situations I find myself in. I can't say that I've ever not had what I needed whenever I went to this box. So I know a lot of people keep a lot more stuff. They'll keep 6 different sizes of bullet weights because they're doing a lot of punching. It's not something that I do. I'm not in an area where I'm punching through, heavy mats and that kind of stuff. So it just doesn't fit into my box. But one cool thing in here, they have this water wick, which is got like silica inside of it. Kind of like the little packets you'll see in electronics and things you buy that say, do not eat, the little white packets that have the little silica beads in there. They've got that in here so that it absorbs all the moisture in your box, so you're not getting whatever's in here. You're not getting rusty hooks, which is pretty nice, because I've had some boxes where I don't really think about it. I fished a few different lures, I throw them in the box, close it up, throw it in my trunk, and when I go to get it again, there's still condensation in the box because it was hot in the trunk or, whatever it was. And every once in a while I found a rusty hook. It's not too often, but I have found that. So that's a pretty cool feature. And then you can buy replacements for these. I haven't read how often they recommend you replacing it, but you can buy replacements in like a 3 or 4 pack and keep that nice and fresh. So one thing, I don't know that I've seen anybody do it. So this is a little scary. The dividers have a real nice positive snap whenever you're putting them in. So I don't think the tackle is going to fly around if your box gets, upside down or sideways or you're throwing it around. But we're going to find out here in just a second, because in this guy here, there's room in between the lid and the dividers. The dividers don't have a positive lock at the bottom. So there's hooks that are hooking over the top, that are sliding under halfway under the dividers. Kind of a pain. And I mean, the Lure Lock boxes aren't an inexpensive box. It's a premium box, compared to a normal Plano box or a Flambeau box or anything like that. It's a premium, but I don't think it's good for what I'm using it for to keep a bunch of small stuff separated, even though it is a small box. So, wish me luck on this one. Well, I'm going to have to be careful with this because I've got a bunch of hooks that have gone over the top of the dividers, which I got to tell you, I did not expect that, and I don't really like that. I don't flip my boxes upside down very often, and I don't shake them around very often. And what I do is I put them in my backpack, the hot ponds, and whenever I'm getting in the boat, I throw the backpack in the boat. Stuff didn't go everywhere like crazy, but it definitely did come over the top a little bit. Which, you know, initially when I saw these lines, that's so crazy. These ridges are on the outside of the box. I just kind of thought that there was something on the inside that would kind of meet up with these, and it doesn't. That's interesting. So whenever I'm carrying this box, it's in my backpack like this, because I'm just carrying it straight up and down. I don't throw it down forwards. I set it down like this on the ground. It's on my back. It's on my back like this. Or I put it like this because it's laying back down on the ground. So I don't think I'm going to run into issues with this, but I'm going to use it just like this for the next 30 days and see how it performs. I mean, honestly, over the next probably 5 or 6 days, it's really going to tell me, you know, how it's going to work long term. I'm going to give the Plano Edge. This is the 3600 model. I'm going to give it a try. Tomorrow's day 2 of the 7 new ponds in 7 days. So I've got, you know, 6 more days in a row that I'm going to be using this thing, fishing a variety of plastics in a variety of different situations. So I'll know in the next 6 days whether or not this is going to be a keeper or not. We'll just have to see how that shakes out, because I really need something to keep my terminal tackle separated. You know, they do have a model that's made for terminal tackle that has little inserts. They're like little plastic cups with little plastic lids that have real flimsy hinges on them, that if you're going to get in and out of them with any frequency at all, it just doesn't make sense to me to use something like that. It seems very just cheesy and flimsy. That's it for today. Appreciate you guys coming along, and hopefully this helps. Might give you some ideas on how you can sort out your terminal tackle if you have a tackle mess like I used to have in that little lure lock box, with so much stuff combined because it's such a small box, and then having problems digging it up off the bottom because of the sticky bottom that they have on there. Drop a comment down below and just let me know what you do for tackle organization, and maybe I can get some tips from you. I appreciate it. Go out and do some fishing, and have a great day.